So the purpose of coming live and making this video is to discuss a few essentials for the November exams, which are now obviously scheduled in December. So we're calling it the December 21 attempt. Now I would obviously want to talk about few things, but before which we will first see the dates are here. Now as in you see here, uh, you can see that the exam has been scheduled from 6th to 18th, if that is for any of those who have opted out. Now here it's very clearly being spoken about only for opt out. Now that is something that is pretty much a point of concern here. Okay, only for opt out, which means that it is not for the ones who are in the old syllabus. So if anybody is expecting results to come and then pick up a strategy, slightly be delayed on that note, because after that you realize that you have to move into the new syllabus and then start your preparation, it will be a little difficult. So one thing that I would definitely want to tell here is, like, first of all, you take a look at the dates. Then under the new scheme, 6th to 20th, so that will be the exam days. That is very clear. So from 6th to 20th, this is the slot where you will be having the exam, and most of you have to write the exam there. Now the ones who have opted out, those of them who didn't write and who have opted out, they can definitely in these dates write the exam under the old scheme or the old syllabus. But one thing that is to be very clearly understood is, if you are in the old scheme, okay, if you are in the old scheme and you do not clear the upcoming exam, the results that you are waiting for, you have to definitely convert into the new syllabus. One more thing that you have to keep in mind is, if you haven't written, though you are eligible to write old syllabus, you didn't pay for it, you didn't attempt it, nothing, not opt out, nothing, still you will have to register under the new syllabus and only write. So that slot of opt out students only will be allowed to write the exam under the old scheme. That's all, and that's been very clear. And for the ones who have been brought in, there has been a special notification that's already been issued, wherein you would obviously not have to write FM paper. So if you write the other three, that's be good enough. And if you have any exemptions, there is a carryover of that also. There is a separate notification. So once you moved into the new syllabus, you can go ahead and see if at all you have any exemption, which one you don't have to write. And if at all you already have finished group 1, and then you don't have to write FM echo also. So you have to take that into consideration if you have already cleared group 1. Okay, otherwise you got to write the whole thing under the new scheme. So now this is something that we have to consider in the first place. Then moving on from here, so that is what I wanted to clarify about the old syllabus student being converted to the new, because now that the dates are announced, it's very clear and they have mentioned very specifically that it will be only for those who have opted out. So old syllabus will now be existent only for opt out candidates. Okay, so old syllabus not appeared, that is, you didn't appear in the last attempt, not appeared, or let's say not qualifying. So not appeared or not qualify in the July 21 attempt will obviously have to write new syllabus in the December 21 attempt, and it's very clear. Now if this was so simple, what are the real challenges that we are talking about? Okay, now rest of the procedural aspects of what is to be done, how to convert fees and all, you can always find it on the site, should not be a problem. That will be an easy pattern only. Now what is more interesting here is the aspects that you have to cover. Now if you have not appeared, like you fall in this particular category, if you have not appeared and then you already are very clear that you have to write the new syllabus, you have to start preparing. Okay, you have to start preparing right now. You don't, what are you waiting for? So you don't wait for any occasion. You will straight away start preparing the new syllabus. Now, what are the new additions when compared to the old syllabus? What you were aware versus what new things you have to do. This has to be taken care of. Now, this not qualify set of people, we are not sure yet. Now, because the results are likely, I am expecting them, this is absolutely my personal opinion, so I am expecting them to come in the September 1st week, or even maybe the early second week. So I'm not sure, but solid 1 month from now, anytime from 1 month within now, could the results be out. So if you are somewhat doubtful, now if somebody is very confident that you're not going to make it, that's nothing wrong about being confident of not making it. You wrote the exam, so you know what the outcome could be. If you haven't performed well and you definitely think that it's not going to work out, maybe if it works then it's fine, that's the worst scenario. Okay, but if you are very clear that's not going to work, you also need not wait for anything or any occasion to dictate. You can straight away go ahead and start preparing now itself. For those people who are relatively in this doubt, who are thinking or contemplating what should I do, I can give you this. Start off, like, even for everybody, start off with things like advanced accounting. The order of preference here will be advanced accounting and auditing and strategic management. Now, when it comes to comparative aspects of the syllabus, I leave it to you to do each one of those. But strictly speaking, because I teach audit and SM, I'm telling you, in SM, very few concepts have been added, very few. Okay, on a conversion spree, what you have to cover, I'll make a separate video on that. So is the case with audit. Maybe a couple of new chapters will be there. So for both audit and SM, what changes for old versus new, we will make a separate video on that. But otherwise also you can figure this out easily when you compare the index of both these materials. You'll be able to easily figure out this for all these things you can do. Now the bigger challenge will be for those from IT to EIS. When you see, this is where there is a solid change, and where I obviously will suggest, with the short amount of time that you have, you should definitely pick up a class, because ample time is there. Okay, EIS will take anywhere between 55 to 60 hours. That's what my class duration is, somewhere 55 to 60 hours, which means even if you spend 2 hours of time on a daily basis, you can wrap this up in a month. Now that's why I came here to suggest this pattern. You can wait till your results also. Okay, there is still 1 month or close to that time for your results. So even if you are worried that you may not qualify, then start preparing the other subjects for this month, and then when you have a confirmation through your result, because studying these will anyway not hamper your preparation, right? As anyway you studied, so you're continuing to study that. Even if they consider further and say old syllabus, I don't think there is any more extension scope, because when they clearly are mentioning in the bracket only for opt out, and not once, they have conveyed it in 2 or 3 notifications by specially mentioning that. So why do you want to take a lot of trouble and complicate your situation further? So therefore I suggest you can start off with these. And now coming to FM Echo, if you are somebody who's already through with the first group, then you don't have to write that paper. There is a notification which specifies that you might want to always inquire more details about it. And if you have any exemption in advanced accounting and all, that also can be carried over. Whatever subjects are left over, you can. But September 1st week, whenever your results are out, guessing that it will be there, I want you to prepare this EIS part. So even if you start taking classes right after your result for EIS, you'd still be able to finish it by end of September. That too by spending only 2 hours a day on the class, and then you will have full of October and November to revise. In fact, if you are left with only second group, you have even that extra time in the December 10 days, which is very, very comfortable. But all of this has to be realized right now and planned. Now, if you wait for an auspicious occasion to, like say, convey or dictate things, and from there it's going to get complicated. So, if you are very sure that you will pass in the old syllabus and you don't need any further preparation, leave it. But if you are any which way doubtful, start immediately, and you can hold that EIS part for confirmation, because you obviously have to pay and subscribe to a class, and then if you don't want to pay now, but if you pay now, buy EIS and then you pass. So all that complication you don't want to undergo, then start off where you don't need any sort of classes, or with all those, because there is a lot of content from the old syllabus which is relevant in the new syllabus. At least in this 1 month time before results, you can finish all that. No, see, result is only an affirmation that whether you passed or not. If you passed it, you will leave it there only. But if you didn't, all I suggest is don't waste this 1 full month, and then slowly after the results you decide that you have to start everything from here, and also do the full length of EIS, which is for 50 marks, then bring in things, and just in case if you don't have an exemption somewhere, you will have a lot to cover, and which is still possible, but it will be clumsy. Why do you want to do that when you are very well aware of the exam dates? And that is the reason why I scheduled this particular live session, okay, to tell you what best you can do around this. And not only this, after this, what are you supposed to do? That is also something that you can really focus on, because generally we tend to only focus on the present. So for which, what I've done is, including this video, we've made a playlist. Okay, I've made a playlist of around 10 videos, wherein obviously this video what you're watching live right now, or if you've missed watching this live, this video right now will, in the description of this video I've given a link to the playlist, like whatever are the essentials for December 21 exam, exclusively for my subject on audit and EIS-SM. I've given you all the essentials there, by detailing out videos which are required for you to do. And of course, all of you who follow me regularly, you know that we have revision series. So 3 separate revision series videos are already there in the playlist. So 3 playlists are there which talk about audits revision, SM revision, and EIS revision. Many of you are doing it EIS the first time. Simply do not rely on the revision videos, because can prove to be a challenge. Okay, so that is one very, very clear thing that I want to put forth. Simply by checking out some revision videos or doing something, will I be able to manage of this subject? Manage is very different from doing it well, right? So that is why I've lined up all of that. And what I've recently also done along with this, so to start off with in this playlist, I will have preparation strategies detailed out for both audit, EIS, SM. So we can first start with preparation, and then for audit I have given you detailed breakup of chapter wise weightage. Okay, that is also given there. Chapter wise weightage video is also there. Then followed by paper discussion, paper analysis, past exam, that is the last attempt paper analysis, very important. So paper analysis for both audit and EIS, that is also added up. And all paper presentation related, how to present in the exam. So I think whatever I can offer from my side as a full package has been brought in here. 10 videos in this playlist, of which you can leave the first one and last one as just informative videos, but rest of those 8 videos have absolute subject related content, because right now this video is just an intro for you to understand the whole perspective. The 10th video are talking about the 5 exam preparation tips, which are obviously very useful but not related to the subject. So rest of them, the 8, even I have discussed a paper where a student has scored 86 marks, which not only tells you randomly as to what to present, but also shows you a detail as to, okay, this is what normally students are presenting and that's how they're getting marks. So I've analyzed that paper, the correction patterns, how institute is giving marks, all that is also clearly discussed in that. Okay, so you might even take a look at of all of that, and meanwhile there will be a lot more things that will be added up, and I will obviously keep coming live to give you more insights on how do you go about and what should you do be your approach. So if any of you have any specific doubts, you can shoot me now, or then you can obviously follow this particular space. Lot of videos will come. Last time you've seen how many revision videos we put up. Roughly I was live for 15 or 16 odd days continuously. Okay, that's one of our longest live session streaks that we have made. So we'll see what exactly is required for this attempt, what is possible, what new changes are coming in, where do you need support. I will figure out all that, and I will obviously come back again to help you with all of that. And there's nothing much that I want to tell you at this moment. Everything is available, so that is why I made a playlist and I wanted to explain what is being made, so which is what is clearly explained to you right now. Make the most of it, and you can leave any comments. If you have any doubts, you can leave them as comments. Me or my team, whoever sees it, will obviously help you or respond. And you can connect me around whatever the discussions and doubts that you have, and then we can obviously work around that. I'll see you very soon with much more content. So for now, I just wanted to come here and tell you out all of this. So that's it from my side, and I'll see you in my next live session. Thank you so much.